We are in for what is this, our second to last segment of Successes Under Your Command. And I have an awesome co-facilitator with me. And so we'll introduce her here in just a second. So we're going to be doing the magic of implementing KW1 pagers with command. There was something that we identified a little while back that it's real fascinating that inside of KW, we have all these great systems models that are out there, but putting the tools to it can be a little bit cumbersome at times. There's a lot of cool playbooks you can get through Keller Williams. I'm holding one right here. This is actually the Millionaire Real Estate Agent playbook, and it says playbook, but I mean it is a bunch of playbooks. Okay, there's like 80 or 90 models inside this book, and what they are is they've taken interviews from top agents at Keller Williams, how they've had success in a particular space, and they create these 1, 2, 3, 4 page documents they call playbooks, and we're going to walk through those. Katie has a specific one, but first let's do this. Katie, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from? Why should people care?
I don't know why people should care.
Hey, we
I
talked about this. We talked about
we did. I am Katie Evans. I am the Director of Agent Services at the Franklin Market Center in Franklin, Tennessee. I am a former fifth grade math and science teacher, so systems and models is my love language. Couldn't do anything without it. I got to KW about 3.5 years ago, started at the front desk, was there for about 4 months, moved to Agent Services Director, then added MCTT, got my license, bought my own house. Like within the first 4 months of having my license, I had my first deal. So I've held over 2,000 one-on-one tech appointments with our agents, onboarded over 500 agents. So, like I said, systems and models, none of that would have been possible without them. So, I'm here to share my knowledge, share what I've learned, what I find valuable through command.
I love that. And I mean, I'm just gonna exit stage left. She beat me, guys. Sorry.
No, I don't.
She's awesome. And we appreciate her so much. I'm so glad that you're gonna do this segment with us here today. So what are we going to talk about in this segment? So we're going to talk about where to find one pagers or playbooks in KW. This is important. Like I said, I picked up one of them. I've got a playbook book, like a printed book. You can get them through Keller Inc. But you can also get them through KW Connect. And actually, just recently we had family reunion wrapped up, and they've got the FR Unlocked website as well. Now, I thought it would let me copy and paste from PowerPoint the links. So when Katie picks up her segment, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy and paste the links down here for you guys. Okay, so I will get you the links. For some reason, PowerPoint's being stubborn. And so, but I'm going to get those so you can go through and you can look at the FR Unlocked ones. But then you can also look at like the playbook she's going to go through today. Also want to talk about, we definitely want to talk about what tools you have in your command belt. Look, the playbooks are models, guys. They're just models. They're systems to run. They may be like, do an awesome newsletter. Cool. How the heck do I do that using command? Okay, like you're only getting half of the equation right there. So it has important information, but you need to know what tools that you have available. And then, of course, we're going to go through implementing them. So, so where do we find them? So, Katie, where the heck can we find these many different playbooks that we have?
Absolutely. I can share my screen and I can show you where
Well,
to go.
actually, that would be even better. So
Oh,
I'm going to allow you. There we go.
oh, I
Yep.
appreciate that permission.
All right, there you go.
Got it. So everything is going to be within command, which we have been in all day. And you will go to connect and you will type in playbooks. And then everything that is available is all right here.
Hmm.
So the one that I am going to do today is the open house playbooks. So I'm just going to be a little more specific and I'm going to type that in. This is a very large playbook, but I promise I am going to condense it into 3 easy steps. And I know they work because I utilize them, and this is how I got my first deal. So I think, like Patrick said, he's going to drop this in the chat just so you guys have the link. These playbooks are amazing. They give you, for the visual learners out there, which I am one, they give you like pictures exactly like you would see it in Command. So it's very easy to follow, gives you the reasons, the why behind it, which is also important. So the 3 easy steps in which you can utilize this whole playbook is basically the marketing of the open house, hosting the actual open house, and then the follow-up that we mentioned is very important. So this is going to be in that communicate in a systematic way as far as the law of lead gen that we are going to utilize. We are also going to hit on a step of number 2 of feeding it every day. So I'm going to show you how to actually add people that come to the open house that will come directly to your command. They can immediately receive something from you, which is great, once they put in their information. And I'm going to show you how to set all of that up.
I love that. Hey, so before you go into the steps on the open house,
Yes,
so these are freely accessible anytime we want to go grab them.
absolutely.
Open houses aren't the only one. There's all
Nope.
kinds of different ones. There's like internet lead gen. There's what is it? There's like social media, things like that.
Mhm.
So one of the things I want to stress here, guys, is if you go, I want to do X, and you're not sure where to start, and maybe you haven't talked to anyone in your market center yet. So just like so Kat was asking in the chat, how do we get to Playbooks? You're in Command, you click on that connect up there at the top, and then you just search for Playbooks. Okay, KW Connect is like our database of all like real estate knowledge, sales knowledge out there. Okay, so you're going to be able to find all kinds of things on Connect. And so I did put the link for the open house and on there. There you go. Even though she's even putting an arrow, she's getting fancy on that. So anyway, okay, please continue.
Absolutely. So the first step is the marketing behind it. So when I started marketing, I did have my marketing team here at my office create my flyers and things like that. However, you have access to these through Command as well. So what you can do as far as when you get ready to do a marketing flyer of any kind, you can go back to Command. So I went from Connect, which was in the middle, back to Command. And like I said, I'm a visual person. So if I can make the visual make sense in my brain, I'm going to remember it. So whenever I'm going to create something, I always go to the paintbrush, just like you're going to create some piece of art, and that is the designs applet. If ever you don't remember what these pictures mean, just click the red KW and it pulls out what they are. So I'm going to click designs. You have a couple of options when it comes to designs as far as how specific you want to get or how much you just want it to create for you, and you just fill in. If it's your first one, you're not feeling comfortable, there is really and truly an option to just put in the information of the open house and it creates it for you. Then you can just edit some of the features that are on the open house flyer. So that's what I'm going to show you first for the marketing. So I went to the design section of Command. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to go over here to import design. When I go to import design, it pulls up all these different options of things that Command could create for you. You can see I've created some myself. I'm going to choose a template. And sometimes it makes you click it twice. So what I am going to create is I'm going to do the open house. If there is anything in here, any of these flyers, social media, whatever you want to create, if you click the auto button, you can search whatever listing that you want to create materials for. So I am going to search this one that I hosted just because I know it's in there, and I'm going to click search listings. It's going to pull up an option of different times this was on the MLS, information, things like that. I'm going to select this one right here. I'm going to hit continue. It asks me, when are we going to hold it? Well, we are going to do it Saturday from, let's just say 12 to 2. Oops. That's going to be in the time. So Saturday, let's put the date. April, what is this Saturday? We'll just say 13th.
It's the 12th. This
Okay,
Saturday
just
is,
kidding.
yeah.
Okay, 12. And then we're going to say from 12 to 2.
And one of the things I want to reiterate too of what she did, that listing feed that she pulled in there, that pulls from the KWLS is what they call it. And in that listing feed, it pulls all listings. So you can see listings from anybody. So if you're hosting an open house for another agent in your market center, and of course, if you're hosting for someone else, follow whatever guidelines your broker gives you. I'm not your broker. Katie's not your broker. Follow what your broker direction is. But as long as you have the proper permission, you should be able to find that in that listing search, regardless of if it is your listing or not. Okay.
Right. And I was hosting this one for another agent in our
Yep.
office. So yeah, and I cleared it with them as well. You can hit continue. This again does pull from the MLS,
Mhm.
and you can add images if you want to, but this is also going to pull from the pictures that are already added into the MLS. All of that information is correct. So I'm going to hit continue. This is the DBA logo, and that is going to be the one that I have in my marketing profile. So I'm going to hit generate design.
Hey, and one thing, because we had a couple questions, I don't have anything in my designs. Guys, if you go to designs and command and it's empty, all that means is you've never made one. That's all it means. It doesn't mean you don't have any templates. It doesn't mean that they don't work. It just means you've never created a design. The ones that show up in there are your previously created designs that you have access to. So if you want to get started on this, you hit that create design and it will bring you through to here to this whole process that we're showing right here. But if it's empty, you're fine. No issues there. That means you just hadn't made one yet. So go make one.
Once you have this, yes, it did create it for you. It didn't pull a picture from the MLS like I thought it would. It's probably because I didn't add it, but I do have one in my assets folder that I could add. So this is something I learned in designs. You can click add, this add button right here, and it simply puts a picture on top. If you click this little circle image right here, it looks like a recycle sign to me. That's going to replace it. If you have this picture right here highlighted, which I do, and I hit that circle, it puts it right in the place of it. So you're not having to like make sure that something is still showing in the background or anything like that. It literally just puts it in the place. Then if you're like, not a fan of the red, you can click on that box and you can even change the color of that if you would like to. You think, okay, all of this information is in here. It looks great, but there's nothing about me in here. You can simply drag in your picture as well, and you can add a headshot wherever you wanted to add that.
Hey, here's a
So,
question too. So like that 620,000, let's just say I didn't like how that data was presented. Is there a way that I could go in there and say like add a comma so it's like 620 comma thousand?
exactly. So all of these are editable. You just click on the box, and just like you would a text box anywhere else. So you can put a dollar sign, and you can put the comma in the middle. I'm a former
Uh-oh.
math teacher, which I appreciate as well. So let's just do it up here as well.
It messes with me. Like
I
it
know,
really,
right? I'm the
yeah.
same way. So you can change, obviously, you can change the color of these as well.
Mhm.
When you get ready to share that, utilize that however you're going to use it, you can just hit the download button and you can click exactly how you want to download it. So you can choose whichever option. If you want to print it out and have the flyer at the open house, you can do that. Or if you want to download it because you're going to use it somewhere else, you could download a PNG.
Yep.
All right, so that's how you would create things in the designs platform.
And then there's your design. So for anybody going, I
Right.
didn't have any designs, this is the screen we're talking about. If your screen is blank here, that just means you've never made any. But you can see the open house you just created. You can see it in the preview there on the far left. Now, sometimes the preview does not fully update quickly. So just know, just because it shows the old picture does not mean the actual asset is going to have the old picture. Okay.
Because if you click on it, it does look the same way it did when we were creating it.
Hey, and Eric, we're going to show you how to create a QR code here in a minute in a really easy way for your open house. So
You
stand by,
spoiled my surprise. So now
stand
you
by.
just gotta hold on. Just hold on just a second. So the other thing that I did as far as marketing was I created a campaign. How am I going to get the word out? Again, when I think how am I going to get the word out, I think of a megaphone. So that's why you choose the campaign's megaphone right here. So I am going to choose the campaign. When you go to paid ads, you can go to quick start. One thing about paid ads is you do have to have a Facebook business page in order to run these ads. If your Facebook page, your Facebook business page is not connected to your command, there are articles and answers.kw.com. Your market center tech trader can help with that as well. Just know that mine is already connected. So if yours isn't showing up, that could be a reason why.
There are steps involved in it, guys, and
There
sometimes
are.
meta is a little challenging to get connected the first time. So
Mhm.
after you get it done, you're usually good until they decide
Yes,
to change something. But yes, there's an article for that.
there is. The ones that I like to choose from as far as which ad you want to utilize, I like these first three. Main reason being they include a Facebook lead form. So there's a way to capture that lead that's going to go straight to your command. It doesn't take you to another site and like the chance of them getting distracted, pulling them somewhere else, it's all within the same place, which is important as well. The
Yep.
one that I chose was the multi-image carousel. So what that means is, yes, it says listing. It was listed, even though I'm holding an open house, you can change the language in there. So even if you say, well, there's not one for open house, I can't use it. It's not the case. I'm going to show you how to change that language in just a second. So the first option is listing, single image or video. So if you just want one image or one video to be in the ad, then you could utilize this one. If you have multiple properties that you're showing in this Facebook ad, then you would choose this multi-listing, multi-image carousel. I just wanted the one listing that I was doing the open house for, but I did want multiple pictures, so I chose this middle option. And as you can see by these icons, it does run on Facebook and Instagram as well.
And one thing to note, guys, for anybody not super familiar with doing ads on Meta, because it has Instagram on there does not mean you need an Instagram account. All you have to have is a Facebook business page. What Facebook does in these ads is it does what is called placement, which means it's essentially showing the content from your ad on Instagram. It doesn't mean that you have to have an Instagram page to run ads on Instagram. You just have to have a Facebook page. I know that's kind of odd, but they're Meta owns both companies, so they can share those different ad streams, and you don't have to mess with it, which is super cool.
For today's purposes, I did create one already. I am going to show it to you. So this is the one that's inactive is the one that I ran when I did the open house. And you can see I only spent $20 on it. With this one right here, I did have 4 leads come through from the Facebook lead form. They came straight to my command. None of those showed up at the open house. However, this was an open house that I had held previously with somebody else. Absolutely no one showed up to that open house that didn't have an ad run. And at the one that I held, I didn't even have time to post a video before people were just coming in and out. So, do I have enough proof to say it was because of this Facebook ad? No, but I don't have enough proof to say it wasn't because of it either. So, what I did was I clicked on this one and I just clicked duplicate so that it basically just created the exact same thing. I'm just going to utilize it again. So when you duplicate, you would just hit clone
Yep.
and it just recreated the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that draft that I created when I cloned it beforehand, just to walk you through what it looks like. The great thing about this new ads experience, the coolest thing in my opinion, is it has this phone preview over here on the side. You can see exactly what it's going to look like when people are looking at it on their phone wherever they are checking Facebook. Once you add your pictures, you can click through and say, I don't really like the way that one comes across. I want to edit that. which is an amazing feature as well. And it does have your information at the top. So for the listings, yours, when you first create this, it's not going to have it there, but I went ahead and put the address in there. So you just click it, it'll have an option to search, and then you just choose it from the menu. So I already have my address in there. For my listing location, I chose to do 50 miles out from this particular house, this particular property. You can do a custom location. If you have a luxury listing that you think, hey, I want to send this to people in California that may be moving here, things like that, you can do custom location and you can put in any zip code or city you want to. Because this was in, nothing against Murfreesboro, because I live there. I love it. I didn't know that people from California, Texas, places like that were coming. So I just chose to do 50 miles out from that property radius.
Yep. And for those who aren't familiar, just to give some context, so Murfreesboro it's south of Nashville. It's a little bit further out. I mean, it's rural-ish,
It
I
is
mean,
rural-ish.
and I mean, so if you're in a more rural community, you're probably going to want to make your net wider. Where if you're in a metropolitan area like Atlanta, 50 miles is way too much.
Right.
50
And
miles.
I have a question up here. Like if I want to show some like off-market property, and which is I'm going to get the listing, how can I add the pictures?
Talk to your broker. When we're talking off-market stuff, that's something I can't advise you on. From
Okay.
a technical standpoint, there's a lot you can do in here. From a broker license law regulation standpoint, you need to talk to your broker on what is allowed and what isn't for off-market.
Okay.
Yep,
I'm not a broker and I don't play one on TV. So
that is
yes,
correct.
go to your broker
Okay,
for
no
that.
problem.
Did you
My
access
question is
the
just, can we add
campaigns
the
from
photo?
K? Oop.
Oh, sorry. We had a couple people, I think, that were talking. Hang on a second. Let me go back to my full view. Okay, go for it. What was the question?
So with the campaigns, I was trying to access it. Did you try to access it through command? I wasn't exactly sure how you got to the page that you did.
Yeah, it's the megaphone, and then you say create campaign, paid ads.
Wait, you said megaphone?
Yeah, so in the list of different applets inside command, you click the little megaphone. It's kind of near the bottom. And then once you get in there, there's a button that says create campaign, and you click on that and say paid ads.
Okay. I'm not seeing that megaphone, so under command, this is what I'm seeing. So I see the command
Hey,
page.
Katie, can you open an extra tab so you don't lose where you're at and
Yep.
just show her where the button is? That's what I usually end up doing so I don't lose my place.
Very smart.
There on the middle, on the left. That's the little megaphone.
Okay.
And then up in the top right, up by where your name is, it says create campaign. And once you click on that, a pop-up comes up that you can click on paid ads.
So you can actually get two different ways. I chose this paid ads up here as well. So
you did, and you did quick start.
They
okay,
both
that
give
works
you that.
too. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Found it. Thank you.
And here's the thing on the paid ads thing. We can go down a massive rabbit hole on this one.
Absolutely.
I do a class on internet lead generation every month where I cover this. So if you guys want to go deep on this, I will be back again doing this next month. You do have articles also on answers.kw.com. One of our objectives here, though, is just to kind of give you guys a broad picture of how these things fit together. Because, like, for example, if all she did was the ads, then it wouldn't be effective. This is just one piece of a bigger play going back to the playbook. So when it says run ads, you would do them here. When it says send out emails, we would follow another part of command and so on and so on. So, yeah.
May I have a question as well?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay,
What
could
question?
you
We'll move forward.
guys back to, I'm on the page, select the listing, like add my listing.
Okay.
Well, she already has her listing in, but I pull out select the listings, all those listings from all over, seems like
It pulls all listings from all MLS feeds from all over the United States, from all over the world. So
Okay.
you have to click on the filter and you have to go to search and you have to find the one you want. It pulls all listings.
Correct.
Even sold properties from 10 years ago. If they're in the feed, we have them.
Correct. I clicked the filter, come out like a column operator volume, and I click column I mean, so for example, like city, there's no place for me to.
I usually I think it's on the far right side. It says like street. I usually just type that in. Usually that narrows it down enough that I'm able to get a list down to about maybe 10 properties to flip through. But you don't put you don't.
Correct. When you put the street address, I mean, there's no place for you to add street address.
Yeah, there's a spot for it in the filters, right, Katie? Am I losing it?
I don't think you are.
Hang on a second. We'll take one quick detour real quick, guys. And then we'll get back on this because I definitely want to make sure we make best use of our time here. Oh, okay. So you're starting from refreshment. Cool. Okay, please add your listing. So if you were to click on that and you click on filters, there on the far right, that where it says value, that's actually where you type the street address. So
Thank you. Got it.
Usually that's what I do. Yep. They have changed these filters a couple times. That's the reason why I went, hang on a second. Am I remembering an old iteration of this console? So anyway, cool. So we've got an ad. You've added some information in there for the body text. Was that just what came in, or did you use the AI or?
So yes, I did use the AI just to decide what I liked. The cool thing about the AI is you can decide if you want to do all inputs or just the body or the headline. I chose the body text. And down here beside where it says tone, if you click this, you have options of which type of tone you want to create. So let's say you want a more practical tone. It gives you this option. Let's say you wanted a more artistic tone. It gives you that option. If you look at these and you do several, you try them all out, you're like, well, now I've created 7 or 8 of them, but I like the second one. I don't remember what tone that was. The really cool thing is you can click this arrow right here and it takes you to the previous ones you created, which for me is great because I don't always remember what I clicked when I was clicking around. So
I didn't even know that they added that. So they added like a version history in the box. Okay. I avoid AI in some way. So maybe
you can even click within the body text and decide what information do you want it to include. So if you wanted to make sure that in the body text it did put the street address or the listing agent, something like that, you could add that information in there. Now know that wherever my cursor is blinking, it's going to add that right in there. So does the street address in the middle of cul-de-sac make sense? Absolutely not. But I could just get rid of that and then I could change that.
Although
you could do the same thing in headline. Do what?
I'm of a belief, guys, this is just my opinion. In most Facebook ads you run, don't give them all the information. So leave out something, leave out price, leave out street address, leave out something because especially if you're doing a lead capture, because you want them to click the form to get more information. So that's like the bait, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I am going to just click out of this as soon as I move everything. Okay, there we go. And like I said, you can see all the information as you change it. It does populate this preview right here. For enter URL, this is basically asking after they type in the form, they click on it, where do you want them directed to? I always put my KW website, which is right here.
Now for this one, did you pull the property page or just send them straight to your website?
I sent them straight to my website.
Okay. You have 2 options there, guys, because especially if you're talking about a specific property, what you can do is you can go to your KW website, find that property's listing, like by searching your own site, and then grab that URL. So say it's 1234 Main Street in the ad, they click through and they go to 1234 Main Street on your website.
And I'm going to show you guys how to do that in just a second for the open house as well.
I'll tell you what you don't do, guys. You don't link them to a Zillow.com listing. Okay, y'all hear me? Please do not do that. I have seen so many agents do that. I'm not kidding. They're like, well, but my client's like going there. I was like, that's not your problem.
Right. Another thing that's really cool about these ads is you can, and we already talked about tags earlier today, is you can choose what tag you want it to have when it comes in to your command. So if you have several properties, you're running several ads, you don't know which they clicked on. If you create a tag with this specific address, you're going to know exactly which address, which ad they clicked on that they were interested in. And then I chose social media ad to be added to it as well. And then it's going to add them to a smart plan, which I'm going to talk about how I set that up in just a second. And then for the logo override for default, I just keep the compliance. Compliance, again, I'm not a broker. I don't pretend to play one on TV. Then when you proceed to the last step, you will choose the start date of when your open house is, and you can choose a budget. It will tell you once you choose your budget about how many leads you're going to get, which is really nice to know as well. How much do you want to spend for these leads? Now, this is going to be over a course of 5 days. So it is going to spend, like divide that $50 up and spend $10 a day. Once it has spent that $10, then it would stop running that ad.
Yeah.
And then you would put your billing information, and for, privacy purposes, I'm not going to do that right now.
No. I did not know that they added the estimated in there. Here's what I am going to tell you guys on Facebook ads in general. Your goal is to get $2 per lead.
Mm-hmm.
What that usually means, if you really want to dial in now on an open house, you don't get to, there's a lot you don't get to choose because it's the house it is. You know what I mean? But if you're running just ads to capture leads and that's it, pick a pretty property, don't put the address and price on there, send them to the property listing and aim for getting $2 per lead. So if you see that your ad is performing to where it's taking its $10 a lead, then cancel it and try again. It means something is not connecting with the property you're showing. It's not connecting with the ad copy you have. It's the picture may not be the right picture. Because we all know sometimes you get a listing, the exterior looks terrible. And then you walk inside and you're like, this is the most beautiful house I've ever seen in my life. So whatever the picture is like, that's a good front picture because that shows a very spacious living room. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's a great picture. If the kitchen's the best feature, great. Like whatever it is, you want to give it its best side, if you know what I'm saying. Like you pick that. Actually, that's not my best side. I think my best side's this side. This is my best side. But give it the best side of it. So yeah.
As far as the accuracy of this estimated 2 to 4 leads, I spent $20 on mine and I did get 4 leads.
Well,
So I would say that the accuracy of that is pretty good. And the daily spend was $333, which is a little above that limit, but it did bring in about that many. And then you would just hit purchase now, and that would run in the background depending on the dates that you chose.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention because this is important on the ads in general. Guys, these are prepaid ads. These aren't like Facebook ads you do through Facebook directly, meaning they don't bill you later for them. If she hits purchase now, a card is charged $20 now. If she cancels it, they refund the difference, okay? But it's not like I run ads for my author side of my life, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It does me incrementally. When I hit a certain amount of spend, I get charged. When a certain amount of days go by, I get charged. That's not how command works. It is as soon as you hit purchase, you're done. Y'all follow me? So don't put like $800 in there and hit purchase now. I had an agent do that about 2 months after this came out, and she was a bit surprised. Let's just put it that way. So start small, prepare to lose it all. It's fine, but don't do any big numbers in there.
That makes perfect sense.
Quick question.
Sure.
Yes.
So if you were doing this for your open house, how far in advance would you start your campaign?
Great question.
So that is a great question. I was hosting the open house on a Sunday, and I set up this ad to run, I think it was Tuesday through Sunday or Tuesday through Saturday. I can't remember exactly which one, but I gave myself Monday to create it and set everything up, and then I had it run the next day. So I did have it run about 5 days before the open house. I just don't remember if I chose to run it the same day as the open house or not.
So don't wake up that morning and go, oh my gosh, I need to run a Facebook ad for my open house in 2 hours.
Yes, this does take planning. This is part of the marketing, so we want to do it ahead of time.
And on the Facebook ads, guys, they can take a few hours to get approved. So do keep that in mind. Sometimes they can take up to 24 hours. So you may want to even if you're going to start on, say, a Tuesday, you may want to actually set the ad up on Monday and have it start on Tuesday, if you follow me, because it can get approved and put in the queue. But if you do it, it's got to start today. You have no idea when it's going to start. So you may not even get a full day out of that ramping up. So anyway. What we got next? What's up next?
Well, that is just the marketing part. So now we're going to go to the actual open house. So what I am going to do is I am going to open my KW website. And so I am going somewhere totally different. If you want a KW website, you're not sure what yours is, and you want to utilize mine, go for it. That's fine. I don't mind you doing that. Just so you have like hands-on experience of what we are doing right now. So my URL is katieevansrealtor.kw.com. Because there are a lot of Katie Evans in the KW world, so I had to make it unique. So
you're unique. There's only one of you. So
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to these featured listings just so I have a property to use, pretending this is my open house. So let's pretend this one in Franklin is the one I'm going to utilize. This is the coolest feature. I keep saying that, but it's all really, really neat, really interesting. So I click on that featured listing. This is all pulled, syndicated out from the MLS. The wonderful thing is, if I click in this space up here where the website is, I can click /open house and enter. This is something you would do at the actual open house. When it decides that, yep, I'm ready to load. It's thinking and spinning right now. Then it pulls up this curated page for this particular house. So it doesn't have like any extenuating circumstances, anything like that. And it also has this wonderful lead form down here at the bottom.
So you're telling me that you can make an open house landing page in like 30 seconds that can capture leads and put them in command?
Yes. And I'm also going to tell you that if you would prefer that there be a QR code out at the open house for that day, you can create that by just doing a right click in the middle of the screen. Then you have this really cool option that says create QR code for this page. It does have a lovely dinosaur in the middle. So if you download that and put it into a Google Doc or something like that, you could even like put your headshot on top of this dinosaur. I would use your phone to scan it and make sure you didn't cover up too many of the pixelated dots to make sure that it still goes. But I did this for my dad the other day for like an antique booth that he has. He was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. It took me like 10 seconds. It took me longer to explain to him how it worked than it did for me to create it. So it's very simple for you to create. You would just hit download and open it in a Google Doc or Word, whatever you want to do. If you want to put it in Canva, you can put it in Canva. You just download. It just basically downloads a picture.
So here's the fun thing, guys. If y'all were to scan that QR code and you were to fill this form out, and let's ignore the missing shutter that they were talking about in the chat right there on this particular property. If you were to scan this,
I didn't even notice it.
Whatever information you put on this form is going to go directly into Katie's command account because she used her Keller Williams website. So when you go do an open house, don't use Katie's, use yours. Okay. This is just for playing around today. And then the other thing, scroll down on this because I want them to see the text at the bottom. We talked about TCPA earlier, guys. The reason you want to use this open house capture landing page is because it allows you to use Twilio text messages to follow up with people legally, because that information down at the bottom gives them, they're giving you written consent to communicate with them through automated means. Okay. Even if they're not on the do not call list and you call them and they go, well, I'm on the do not call list. They had to click that to submit the information to you. So all of that is to say, unless they said stop or don't contact me, they gave you permission. Y'all follow me? They have given you permission. And so it is okay. As long as you're calling them for real estate services. I think it does clarify that. So if it's Advocare, Lululemon, whatever the current MLM thing is, like that is probably not what you want to focus on. So.
Perfect. I did put just a sample name just so it's easy to find when I go and look for it. The first name, last name, email address, and phone number. I'm going to go ahead and submit that because on the other side of command, because of something that I set up before, which I'm going to show you how to do, I'm going to show you what it sends them automatically on your behalf. So it does pull up this right here, which is in my marketing profile. So all of this information is syndicated throughout my marketing profile. Whatever you have there is what shows up here. They could scan this QR code to view the property again if they wanted to. If they want to look at it as they're walking through the house, they can do that as well. So I am going to go back to command. So that's what your clients would do. That's what people who come to the open house would fill out, or just so that that information goes straight into command. So I'm going to go back to command. And you see that this is a new notification that I did not have here before. So if I click on it, it says that there is a new open house contact form that was received from Penne Pasta, which is the exact contact that I put in. So if I click view contact just from this notification window, which it comes straight to your phone as well. If I didn't have my phone on do not disturb, I would hear it like buzzing in the background. So if you have the command app downloaded on your phone, it does come there as well.
Whoa, hang on a second. How's a smart plan already running on this person?
Well, because I set up a lead management ahead of time, which is what I'm going to
hang on a second.
in just a second.
Wait, so follow-up plan is already going from the thing that they filled out at the open house that you made in like 30 seconds. Yeah? Am I
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, you're exactly right. You got it. And they already tagged as open house. Now, now you're saying, wait a minute, you had them tagged as 311 Camilla Lane and social media. That's if they submitted the form for the Facebook ad. I did not answer the form to the Facebook ad. I added the form to this open house landing page, so I had a different tag for that.
So Penne Pasta came to the open house.
Penne Pasta came to the open house.
And the QR code did the thing.
Correct. You're exactly right. Okay. So now I have the email address and phone number. Now, what smart plan are they added to? Look, in this timeline right here, which Mike was going over also, they have already received an email for the property disclosure of the house that they are looking at. Well, how did they receive that? I'm going to show you. I'm so glad you asked. So you can see based on the smart plans that they have been added to the open house docs new smart plan. It doesn't have to be called that. They're not going to know what that's called. That's just what I called it. So that's my side of command.
You actually made one from scratch on this.
I did, yes. So I'm going to go over to the smart plan. So again, there's another icon over here. So far, I have been in contacts, I have been in campaigns, I've been in designs. Now I'm going to go to smart plans, offer an open house. So somebody come and argue with me that command can't work for you. I'm ready.
I think this is an important one to address too. So Char was asking, how often does an open house attendee actually scan a QR code and fill it out? I am going to give you a way to approach this, okay? It's every time. And this is the way I frame it up. This is the way, and I've talked to a lot of agents who do a ton of open house and listing. This is what works best. When someone comes into a home, you say, hey, this is a private residence. Say whatever you have to for your state stuff, but essentially you're going to say, this is a private residence. We have to keep a record of everyone who has come into this home. So what I need you to do is I need you to scan this QR code and fill it out. But here's the thing. I'm not just going to take your information and go harass you. When you fill this out, and what Katie set up here, this is a great example of that. When you fill this out, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to email and text you a copy of the property disclosure. In Georgia, the seller's disclosure. In Alabama, find something to give them, okay? Alabama, we don't do that there. So find something of value to people who are coming to this open house and give that to them in exchange for their information. Y'all follow me on that? It's not like for free. Like they're paying for it. They're paying you information. You're giving them information. It's an exchange.
Right. Exactly. So I usually print out the seller's disclosure and offer that if they sign in. So this seems like a much better way to do that.
Yeah.
They can look at it on their own, straight from their phone as they're walking around. Yep.
Yeah, and if you have the
Awesome.
automated texting set up on this, if it will automatically trigger and you will see their phone buzz while they're doing it, so you will be able to confirm that they gave you a real phone number. I know that sounds silly, but
Oh,
that you can actually see that tactile feedback in person to be able to go, oh, haha, I got them.
that's cool.
That could be a conversation point as they are leaving as well. Be like, hey, I sent you that. Did you receive it? I'm like, no, I didn't. Let me check that phone number, that email address, see if that was correct. That may be a conversation point
Ah,
as well.
that's a good one too. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you want to see what this looks like, right now you do see a green eyeball right here. Anything that's teal within command is clickable. So I am going to click that, and it is going to pull up the fact that the one person that is on the smart plan is Penne Pasta with the email address. So you can see exactly who is on the smart plan if for some reason you're not sure. But I want to see what it looks like. What does that smart plan look like? If you click this edit button over to the side, which this is something I built ahead of time, but I'm going to show you how I did it. Right now, the step that I drug in when I created the smart plan was send email. So I literally went over here and I just drug across send email. You can see over here on the right-hand side a preview of what that email looks like when it comes to them. So the email type is just simple, which means it's not going to have any design, any pictures, anything like that. It's just HTML text. You can do merge fields in here if you want. This is something that if you click edit, when you click somewhere in here, let's say I want my name to show up as well, you can add a merge tag and I could scroll down and put agent first name and it would show up my name like I had signed it once it goes out.
So that would say, hello, Penne Pasta. Thank you for coming to my open house. Here are the documents I promised.
Absolutely.
Or if I was on, it would say, hello, Patrick Malden, and so on and so on.
Right. Whoever signed in, it would have their name. Exactly. And then when I did property disclosure, this is something I had already downloaded into my Google Drive. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I'm going to open this open house docs folder, and I already put the property disclosure in here. I just uploaded it as a file. One caveat I would give you before you put this hyperlink in, click on that property disclosure and make sure that when you hit share, that it says, when you click share, make sure that it says anyone with the link. Otherwise, it's going to say restricted and they're going to think this person lied to me. You didn't lie to them. You just forgot to change the permissions.
Yep.
Anybody that has this link is going to be able to open this and look at it. They are not going to have access to your entire Google Drive if you copy the link correctly. It would just be this one particular document. So if you hit copy link, you can literally copy link. We can go back to my smart plan. I'm just going to do it like I did it before. I'm going to spell it correctly.
Spelling is
Property.
hard.
I know, spelling is hard.
I write books and there's like 20 words I can't spell. It does not matter. I can never spell them right. It's fine.
So when I type it, it's just the text. How do I get that link in there? I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click this add hyperlink. What do you want the words or the link title to say? I want it to say property disclosure. And then I am just going to paste that link in there that I just copied from Google, my Google Drive. I will say in these emails, in command emails, when it sends them out, this is going to look like when they receive it, a double space. If you think, that looks a little spammy, I don't like it, then you can go here. And this is going to create a natural divide between them. When I sent this to somebody the other day, they were like, I don't really like that space there. You can change that. So I'm not going to save these changes just because it was already saved.
Also, you can't save the changes because it's a smart plan that's running on a contact.
You're exactly right. Good catch. Good catch. Now, I can't edit it right now, but as you set up this smart plan, if this is going to go out the day they sign up. So if you wanted a follow-up the next day of how did that property disclosure look? Did you have any questions? You can click add a day and you can add a delay within the smart plan so that it sends them another text or something else the next day.
Yep. And
which
actually,
would
I'm going to send you guys something, and I'm writing myself a note on this. I was pretty sure I was going to do it anyway. I have a step by step on the lead routing piece that she just went through that I can share with you guys after the fact. And so it even includes how she made the Google Drive. The other thing on the Google Drive piece, run this smart plan on yourself before you do the open house to make sure the link works without you being logged in. Okay. And actually, the first person that comes in, you could just play dumb and be like, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm trying out a new system. Can you make sure that the link works? And then you really get to see if they actually gave you real information too. So, and you can add a text step. The TCPA thing, that opt in, guys, if you want it to be a Twilio text and an email, I almost recommend you always do both. Send them a text and an email, then you put those both on that first step. Okay. Now, if you do a open house, this is super nuanced here. If you do an open house real early in the morning, the text may not go out. Okay. Because it has to wait till 10 a.m. Central for those kind of texts to go out. It's a regulatory thing. So just be aware of that. But anyway,
Patrick, Twilio does cost money though, right?
it does. That is premium. It is not terribly expensive. I think 300 credits is like $3 a month or something like that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's 300 people.
300 credits. The reason I
How does
say it
that
like
work?
that is
Yeah.
this, that would be 1 credit. But there are other types of texts that get longer that it considers multiple credits. So that's why they do it by credits. So for this, yes, you could have 300 people show up for an open house and it costs you $3. Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Yep.
Another idea of what you could send them while they are at the open house, if you didn't want to do property disclosure, something like that. We had a vendor come to our market center the other day that said, hey, if you would ever like us to partner with you at an open house, we would love to do that. You could send them like any type of programs or things that they have available to these clients, which may be an opportunity for them to work with this lender, which is in turn just going to strengthen your vendor relationship with them as well. Another thing, I know there are some agents in our office that have rubric forms, like feedback rubric forms that they like these clients, people that are going through the house to fill out. This is something else. You could have a Google form attached to it of stuff that they fill out as they go throughout the house. So there are lots of options that you could have them fill out or have access to when they immediately scan that QR code or sign in. Any
I
questions?
love the idea there with the Google form. Yeah, because they fill that out and then they get the Google form and then it has the things they need to look at in the home and they can check those things out and give feedback. You could even add additional things and like are you currently represented by an agent? Like and some of those qualifying questions, like how far out are you? Like what? Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Absolutely. And I
That's a
think
new one.
your MCTT would absolutely be able to help you with that. If not, my email is katieevans@kw.com. I can help as well.
Yep.
Once you send that out, the clients leave, you are finished with the open house, things like that. I am not going to go through the lead management part just for time purposes. Patrick said he's going to send that out to you.
I am, yeah.
But that third step would be the follow-up. So in addition to you sending something out at the time that they sign in, add them to a smart plan. A great example of something you could add them to as soon as they leave, add them to the neighborhood nurture and put in as their address the address of the open house that they just came to. That way they are going to get information about that neighborhood that something was enticing to them. They came for some type of reason. So they would continually get updates about that neighborhood, especially if that was a neighborhood that they were really looking to purchase in. Add them to that neighborhood nurture. And what it's going to do is each month, branded to you because you have set up the smart plan and filled out your marketing profile, it is going to have information about the neighborhood of the open house that they attended. That's going to be the easiest one to add them to.
I love every single bit of this. Do you guys think that this was valuable, this particular piece? I've seen a lot in the chat, and I know there's pieces to this. We're going to give you all the things that you need in this. So for time's sake here, we're going to have to probably skip the portion that I was going to do, which is fine because we ended up going over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We are perfectly fine. Guys, if there's one thing I've learned, I have a fear that every time we do successes under command, we're not going to have enough content to fill the day. And I'll tell you what happens. It's quite the opposite. We have too much content for the day. And so I guess I'd rather be overprepared than underprepared on this, but there's tons of things that you can do in this. I'm going to steal back the screen share, but we can keep chatting through this.
Go for it.
So, what kind of tools do you have at disposal? The whole point of what we wanted to show you guys here is not necessarily how to run the ultimate open house. The point is to show you guys that when you get one of these playbooks and it says different steps, guys, y'all have tons of tools at your disposal to do the steps in the play. So like bulk texting through command can be done, but you got to follow TCPA. So like you're doing the open house sign up, that little verbiage at the bottom opts them in, you're good to go. Now, I'm not an attorney, but as far as I am aware, again, I don't think KW would put themselves at a liability position for that if they didn't have, I know we have a great legal team, okay, is what I'm trying to say. So I think you're safe with that wording. If you don't use the command form, which I highly recommend that you do, you at least want to copy and paste that text off onto whatever document you have and force them to agree to it before they give you their information, okay? Calling through command, we talked about that earlier with Mike Reister, you know, to be able to call through and leave information there. Bulk emails, email campaigns, social media post scheduling. We didn't talk about that. We talked about ads, but I mean, you can post these ahead of time, right? So you could do your open house as well. Yeah, you could have information on that. Tag triggers and auto remove from Smart Plan. That is also a tool that we have where, say, you send a text out and it's like, you want to meet, you want to meet, you want to meet. And then they reply back, it stops the Smart Plan. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you should send 3 texts in a row that say you want to meet, but my whole point is if you've got things that are asking for an action. Task reminders, smart dates in our contract to close, cultivate task lists, direct mail is part of this as well. You can even queue direct mail up ahead of time. Website landing pages for lead capture, lead rules, auto tagging. Guys, there's a lot of tools inside of this. Did we miss anything, Katie? I feel like I made a list here, but I'm not sure if it's all inclusive to all the things.
I think that's all the things. I would just like to leave everybody with one quote that has really resonated with me lately. I heard somebody speaking and they said, don't fear the no's, fear the regret of not doing the action. So as real estate agents, I know we fear the no of the feedback that we give. Don't fear the no, fear the regret of what happens if you don't.
Absolutely. And a no isn't always a no. It's a not now.
Exactly.
Like that's all it really is, the not now. That's one of the things I love about what we do and what we sell is that, or rather, we don't really sell houses. We help facilitate people through transactions. You know what I mean? Like we're here to build relationships, connect, and help them with the most important purchase of their life. But it's not like we're trying to sell, you know, peanut butter to somebody who doesn't like peanut butter. I mean, you know, the person who doesn't like is never going to like it. But here it's just not now. That's all it is. So, Katie, oh, I'm sorry. I might have just put somebody on mute by accident because sometimes we have the mute off mute. So,
You know what,
Can you
Patrick?
please share your email?
I'm sorry.
Can she share her email address?
Oh, I think I put it down in the chat, but yes, if you'll toss that down there, Katie. I think somebody else spoke up.
I just did.
Hey.
I was just thinking, I've done a number of open houses where nosy neighbors come by and they just want to do a quick run through. And sometimes, I mean, they just absolutely want to give me no information.
Okay.
No information. And they say it right off the bat, I do not want to be contacted. I will not fill out anything. I've had them say that,
Okay.
you know.
That's neat. Have a good day. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I have to have I promised the seller I'd get a record of everybody who came through the house.
And I say that, but I mean, I've had in my career belligerent people like that, and I don't know what to do with
Call
them.
the police.
Oh, okay.
If somebody's belligerent, it's a private residence. I mean, am I being wrong on this? Am I being too aggressive in this? I mean, I understand them not wanting to get information, but this is a private residence. And and really, let's be truthful. If something goes missing, who's responsible for it? I mean, it usually comes back on you in some way.
I get all that.
Yeah.
I once had a guy this is years ago, I mean, I was afraid he was just going to do something like pull out a gun. I mean, he He was standing at the door, and it's like, you are going to let me in.
I would call the police immediately. And
Okay.
if you feel like
Okay.
you're in a situation like that, or if that kind of stuff comes up often, don't do it
Not
open house
often.
alone.
I wouldn't say
I would do it with
often.
somebody else.
Yeah, I just wonder how to, how some people deal with people like that.
Yeah, and I understand it's a little different for different folks here. I don't ever put your life at risk for real
Well,
estate.
no, but they're already in the door. Somebody told me, a coach at our company and our brokerage said, have a sheet on the door before they even walk in the door that they must sign in. That might help cut down on some of that.
Yep. So
I'm just trying to catch them before they get in the door and get like that. And it's usually neighbors that feel self-righteous because they live in the neighborhood.
they don't have anything. They have no claim over that house because they live in the neighborhood, even if it's condo or townhouse.
Oh, I know.
They have
I
no
know.
claim over it.
It's just how to deal with them better. That's my whole question. Yeah.
Pull out a gun. I'm just kidding. This was on a recorded line. Don't do that. Don't pull out a gun.
No.
But if you need to protect yourself, protect yourself. You do what you need to do. This is real estate, guys. Don't do something stupid.
No, of course not.
Follow the safety procedures. But thank you for sharing that. That is an important thing.
And it's not often, but it has happened.
So Patrick, in those kind of situations, would you suggest that, especially if you feel like you're going to be in an area like that, that you would have a partner or somebody that goes in with you as an assistant?
If you ever feel like you're going to be in an uncomfortable situation, I think everyone would agree in here. Go with somebody. Bring a friend, and they don't have to be licensed. You're hosting the open house. They're just there to make sure there's a second person there. Now, if they're doing things with the house, that depends on how your state treats that. But oftentimes they don't have to be licensed. You can have an unlicensed assistant help you with the open house, but you're the agent. You get what I'm saying? So follow your broker rules, but you can have a bodyguard, so to speak. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
And this isn't per area. It's not like it's a bad area. It could be any area.
No, it had, yeah. I mean, I live in a nice area of town, and we had a belligerent, I'm on the HOA board, and we had a belligerent neighbor a while back because Georgia Power needed to do work. I mean, this kind of stuff just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't have to get the police involved, but I would have called the police in 2 seconds if he had pushed it further.
Okay.
I'm putting my life at risk over this. It's not worth it. Anybody have any ahas they want to share real quick before we go to our last segment, which we may run a little over today. So you can choose to stay or not. I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to want to stay. So we'll stay a little bit over. Anybody have any other ahas? Did we learn something?
Yeah, it's a huge Patrick, and this open house stuff. Katie said I was trying to pay for something to do that kind of stuff. So it's really cool feature. And I love it.
Yes,
Thank you, Katie, and thank you, Patrick.
Hey, our pleasure.
Yeah, means like I was struggling with Canva and everything because I'm not a tech person to make the flyers. But now you make it so easy. Like it feels like it doesn't take one time. Like when I did the last time, like I spent like a whole 4 to 5 hours on the Canva to learn how to do the flyers.
Yeah, we definitely don't want you spending that much time on it. Once you get into the flow of things, 20, 30 minutes at the most, you're going to be messing around with something even if you're not super techie. So I'm glad. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap up the ahas on this so that we can get to our last segment of the day, which I think is powerful. Katie, thank you so much. You were awesome. We appreciate you being part of today. And once again, Katie Evans at kw.com if you guys need help. And you are in the Franklin Market Center, which you've never been to Franklin. Franklin's kind of a cool place. Like,
it's kind of a cool place.
Kind of a cool place. South of Nashville. Everything's kind of growing out that way too, right?
Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
That market center has the craziest front desk I think I've ever seen, and I love it. Like that feature y'all have up above it. I think about that all the time. I know it's very random to say that, but it's a cool architectural feature.
Can I ask you, is Emily Peckham at that center?
Yes, she is. She's
okay. I took her for sale by owner course.
Oh, you got a lot of value out of that one.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's great.
Yes.
Well,
I thought she was out of Franklin. Yeah.
I appreciate you, and we'll see you later.
I appreciate you. Thank you.